Welcome to the show, everyone. It's a beautiful day, and I got to say, no matter what you believe in, right, left, whatever you are, Lady Gaga, thank you. That was a beautiful, beautiful listening to her this morning singing the national anthem. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. You had to get the goosebumps from that. I'm going to go in right with networking right away. I made it possible for everybody to talk about themselves on this show, and I love my show the most because it is all this information for people out there. My first guest has been on with my show several times. She's worked with me on my television show. I love her. And her name is Vivian Chauvette, and she is the owner of Infinite Healing from the Stars. Welcome to the show. I'm so glad you're here. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do. I also want you to tell everybody about your podcast and all sorts of things that you do.
Thank you, Carol. It's wonderful to be back on the show as always. Taking a sacred time together. So, like you mentioned, my name is Vivian Chauvette, and I created Infinite from the Stars many years ago to create a platform of very unique, what I call out of this world way of healing yourself, restoring your body, energy, vitality, healing your heart, releasing the past, and then you go embracing the present and moving into the future. So we offer very unique quantum medicine healing consultations and services to really address multitude of issues that can be also turned into new opportunities and potentials.
So I want them to know a little bit about your history and your connection with, well, I'm going to let you call them because I never say it right. Go ahead.
Yes, I work with beautiful masters of light called the Arcturians and other, ascended masters and guides and, beautiful teachers come to us, and I channel them. I am what's called a transverse channel, and what that means, Carol, is that I hear collective downloading information and I can speak. So let's say we're in consultation, and then I start to see your soul mapping information, and I can also see past life information. And as the person is sharing with me, then that information it become available to me. It's like opening the book of life of someone and being able to look at what aspect that pertains the most to help you right here, right now.
I think it's really neat because it's not everybody believes in this stuff, but I have to say right now, I say this, I'm going to say it right now, everybody that's listening, I don't care, again, I said it earlier today, so I don't care if you're conservative thought or not, right now everyone's reaching for something different, right? Something new, something alternative, because the old ways just aren't working. So we're more open to all of this, more so than ever. You have a podcast, and I want you to talk a little bit about that. Tell them, everyone. I love that. Go ahead.
Thank you. But before we go to the podcast, I want to just reinforce what you're saying. You think about everything is energy, and your body is energy, your cells, the way your organs functions, and your emotional field is also an infinite reservoir of energy that also affects your body. So that is also much more accepted right now, and you're right. We're looking for different ways to better understand the whole mechanism of your own health, your body, your relationship, your mental health, emotional field, and all of this. So absolutely right on. The podcast, we started, my co-host and I, a podcast last year. We just started season 2 this past 17 of January. It is called the Infinite Star Connections, and it's really giving a voice to people who have extraordinary experiences. There's so much more in the physicality. There's much more than meets the eyes. So we have a platform in the form of a podcast to show that allow these experiences to come together. And the teachings also, what you learn from it.
So I want to ask you, when someone works with you, how do they go about doing that? I know you at your website, which I want to tell everybody, they can actually book on there. Are you doing specials right now for everybody for the radio? Are we going to do something for them?
Of course. Just like I did last month in December, I am doing a 20% off on the first sessions that can be scheduled directly from the website. We have fantastic booking services. You can read what we have. You're not sure? Send me an email. I'll guide you to say, okay, this is what I'm picking up for you, and then we'll go from there.
So you see, she can even tell you what you want for yourself before you even start booking practically, because she can feel that. You know that. And when people work with you like that, can they work with you, does it have to be one-on-one, or can they do it over the phone?
Yes, it can be in person, over the phone, over Zoom, over Skype, and sometimes I have people just sending me pictures, either a loved one's, a pet, or themselves, and we can work this way as well.
She did my pet the last time she was on. Remember? Oh, that was neat, and I really appreciated that. And you know what?
What?
He's getting better.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that. See, so these kinds of things do work. InfiniteHealingFromTheStars.com is the website. I've been on it. I love the website. You made it easy. The information is wonderful information for people to go up there and check it out. Go to InfiniteHealingFromTheStars.com, and you can call in here if you want to get that 20% off. We're going to connect you with her. You can call throughout the rest of the show. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Services. Let's talk about, the areas of the, how you can service them and what areas. Does it matter? I mean, if you can do my dog, you can do anything as far as I'm concerned.
Well, everything is life. Everything is, energy and quantum energy. So what we do is that we connect with your body template. And this is what we call it, looking at the body. We look through the spine. The spine tells the story, the connections to everything, the systems, the organs, everything, the way it works. Beyond the body, the physicality, we will also address what are the root source. What is the cause of your chronic pain? What is the source of nightmares? Or what is the source of emotional or feeling more fatigue, or things that, different symptoms that comes in different shape and form? Everything as a language, you have to understand and decode the language, and that's what we do at a deeper level.
I think that's really really good. That's really neat. I said note. I think that's really neat because, decoding the language, our body has language, and even the pain is language. Everything that you're dealing with is a language, and you are decoding that, right?
Yes.
And finding out where is that really coming from, going really to the source of the matter. I want to talk a little bit, so we're talking about quantum energy right now. I want to talk about your pendant because I love it. Will you tell everybody a little bit about it? It's super cool. I love them. I can't wait to one day get mine that I talked about. But go ahead.
Yes.
Really neat.
My husband makes them. He works with what's called the Tensor technology, working with the Tensor ring. So this is a beautiful ring of copper that has a different qubit to it, a very unique tensor field to it. And he intuitively create inside a double tensor field with also a combination of stones. The stone can be also customized. People feel like, I love aquamarine, I love rose quartz, citrine, and all of this. And what it does to you, and when I wear it personally, this one is attuned to my third eye, to open up my eye of intuition so I can commune and see beyond when I work with my clients. And he also has the Metatron, the Archangel Metatron design. It's incredible. We have a store on the website called our Copper Art Store. Check it out. He has different type of pendant, and it can also be made just for you the way you want it.
I absolutely love it, and it is not heavy. It's big. The one you're wearing is larger, but it is not heavy at all. You can even, we were talking about it the last time, you can put it under your pillow if you want to and keep it there, which I thought was a really neat idea. They're awesome, and you can go up on the website, you can check them out there, you can order from there if you like, if you want to customize one. I think I talked about the possibility of customizing one for me. They're super neat. You could go up on the website. It's InfiniteHealingFromTheStars.com, and they just go to the Copper Art Store, click there. You can see all of that there. We're offering for everybody 20% off your first little session with her, and our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a minute.
Rock and roll.
So we're going to keep on going because we're live here, okay? And I want to, I love when you said out of this world. Oh my God, we have to use that. That was super. And I wasn't sure if you were going to do this again, so that's great. With your pendants and stuff like that, when you said how you use it, let's talk about some of the other people, how they can use it too. When we come back, I want to do that. What do you find that when people what are they looking for? When you work with so many people, what are they looking for? What do you find that most people are, there's an underlying one that you hear all the time. What is that?
They want protection. They want to be able to create a way to deflect negativity and others people energies, being able to stay more anchor with themselves without having to absorb, especially those who are energetic sensitive. And there are many people who are naturally very sensitive and prone to the influence of others. Whether it's collective right now, we can feel just driving here, I can feel it on the road. There's a palpable, almost like a layer of energy. You can feel it like a cloud moving through. So those are tools that really they are intention based. So the person said, for me it's a radiant energy of pure protection. We have a client, she works in a very heavy industry and she has hers underneath her shirt. She goes to work and she goes, I can do my 8 hours, 10 hours of work, come back and I'm not drained beyond words. And she's the one who put it under her pillow because it helps her to calm the body, relax the mind, and sleep at night.
I told you about one with. I'm gonna put it under my pillow.
Yes.
Because I also sleep with my dog, and I want my
That's
dog to
right.
get some of that
The
from it
energy.
too.
Well, we talked about for you your astrology sign. So Peter just purchased a very expensive piece of machinery that able to cut the copper in the exact shape of the astrology sign.
I love that.
That's why he's been working on it.
Oh my
He's been
God,
working on it.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
really neat. So we've kind of covered a little tiny bit of everywhere, but I want to keep on going more narrow and deep. Okay, more narrow and deep. I'm going to go more with you.
Beautiful.
So then you see the difference. This is sort of like that was 15 right there. So now we go to the break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk further, and that's what makes it a little smoother. Right.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
The foundation is already established. I love it. It's brilliant.
So this is live over here right now. Okay. So I should say that. I didn't. I had to say that I don't. I'm not political in any way. I'm really not. But I had to. When I saw her saying that, I couldn't believe it. It was just so cool. I had to mention it on the radio. You know.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Vivian Chauvette, and she's the owner of Infinite Healing from the Stars. And I've known you for a long time now, and I love what you do. I love how you can help people, even with a picture. On the break, we were talking. We're live on Facebook, so I had everybody out there. When we were talking in the break, we were saying, I asked you, what is the one thing that you hear most common all of the time, and what did you say?
Right, especially for the pendant. One of the base common theme is about protection. People wants to be able to go through their day without feeling their sponges. And there's many people, known and unknown, that are energetic sensitive, whether it's in corporations, on the road, just going to the groceries. So the pendant are very much intention based. So you can program them to really amplify their quality and also harmonize themselves with your own energy field. I have an example of a client who works in a very demanding work environment, a very hard, very 3D industry, and when she wears hers underneath it privately, it creates for her a stabilization around her. So after 8 or 10 hours of work, she comes back home and she's not so drained to the point that she's not able to function. She's able to go through and being able to make a difference between what have I absorbed from my boss, my coworkers, the environment, just the building, or driving to work, for example, and going back in a place where I can still be myself. I can breathe, I can keep my energy, I can also have mental clarity, which is huge.
Oh, I think it's huge. I mean, I can't drive on the roads because I freak out every time. I need one right away. I mean, because I get upset and nervous because of the way people drive. But you're saying this is what's coming off from the energy from other people too. It's not just me feeling that. It's coming there. It's there for a reason.
It's there for a reason because whether we accept it or not, as we mentioned, we're pure energy. And we are very multidimensional, holographic in nature. So my energy field affect yours right now and affect those in the room, and yours will affect mine. I'm just more attuned to it to recognize. Now imagine combining hundreds and hundreds of drivers from different level of consciousness, driven from the days, or sometimes on autopilot. But what you do, you're just pursing out energies, negativity, frustration, anxiety, stress, everything you have on your mind. And people driving and they move through your energy field. Now people say, wait a minute, I'm in my car. How does that work? Well, guess what? Energy will travel everywhere, whether you're in your house, in a car, in an office. Everything, even the microphone here, is affected by my energy.
Absolutely. Now, we're talking about these pendants that you can find on her website, which the actual store on there is called Our Art Store. And what you can do is you can go up there and you can view them all. They're beautiful. They're not heavy. There's two different sizes. I know that of two as well. There's a couple different sizes. And you can even personalize it if you want to decide how you want it to look for yourself. You might have a special color that you like or what have you. Now go up on the website. It's infinitehealingfromthestars.com to have a session with her and work with her. Right now she's offering 20% off the first session, and you can call in here and get entered into that for me. You just call me and I'll get you connected with her. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Just as you came on and you were talking, you started saying, and you used the words to describe something, not how I'm going to describe it right now, but you just said, it's out of this world. You're out of this world. You are, because you are connected with things that are what we're not. They're in the world, but you're out of this world. You are unbelievable with what you can do just from the connections that you have with the Arcturians.
Oh yes, and this is part of my mission. This is part of my soul design. I have always been very, very connected to. You have to think about to other intelligence, of the form of, think of them as people who have evolved into just a different sphere of life, different planet, different aspect. We are very part of such a very small world. So imagine the universe out there, the richness, the potential, the possibility. And I work very directly with guides. I can feel those who are around my clients, working with them, whether it's soul agreements, whether it's loved ones who passed on, guardian angels. There's so many beings of light that really assist us. And when you connect with them, you tap into so much more knowledge, possibility, and those abilities have always been in me. It's innate with who I am genetically. It's just I have allowed myself to accept them and attune myself to them. This is okay. And
share them.
Yes.
Share them. I think that's huge. And a lot of people out there, I know for me, I always wonder about the people who have gone in my life. You might have questions about that. You might have questions about your love life. Everybody wants to know about what's going on with that. Maybe your job. Those are things too. Maybe you're dealing with a health issue. You can help in that area as well, right?
Yes.
Almost any area?
It's everything that helps you evolve. Anything that can cut energetic cords that has been suppressing you from really living the life you meant to be. This is what we call living life by soul design. So we help people to attune themselves with that soul design. And healing is a huge umbrella. It's not just chronic pains and issue or heartaches. It's more than that. It's very transformational. And that's what we do. We help you to say, what is the soul mapping? And where do we need to go from there?
And I am absolutely positive when somebody is working with you and they start with one area, right? And they think that's what it is, but then you all of a sudden find out, nope, that's not, it's somewhere else. And then that opens up another whole plethora, of almost a Pandora, let's say, a box of different things. And so you can contact her, but the best thing to do is go up on her website. You can actually make appointments right there online. It's super, super easy to do. The first session that you're going to get is 20% off. You can call in here, get connected with me for that. Our number here, 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. And I'm going to let everyone get, just call throughout the rest of the show for that, get something. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's someone that that might be interested in something like this. That's another thing was really cool about the show, is that it's networking. So you might be talking to somebody and someone says, I know someone that could really use that. That's what you do. You got to tell them about it. Go up on the website. It's infinitehealingfromthestars.com. For your when you're working with people, let's talk about the picture side of things. Like, I can't believe that you can actually send you a picture and you can actually work off of that as well. How does that happen?
It happened because even a picture, think of it, it's a picture of someone in a state of emotion and a state of mind. It's like frozen in time. So when you look at a picture, I can feel, I can detect, I can perceive exactly what state of mind that person was in, what was going on around it. And what I do, I connect with the higher self and that higher part of you. Because who you are in your embodiment, in your physical body, is just an aspect of you. And you are a spark of divine energy. There's so much more to you. So that aspect of you is being revealed.
Isn't it neat we have people in the world like you who can help us understand that part of us? Because we know most of us don't even think about that. Most of us don't. And the fact is that we are all energy. We're all giving off energy, all of this mojo that we're getting off from everybody.
Absolutely.
And some of it's not good for us.
Well, it's about higher discernment. In fact, I'd like to make an announcement. On February 12th, I'm going to start my new radio show called Creating and Living the Arcturian Way on Transformation Talk Radio. And it's going to be about really having a lot more of in-depth discussion, technique, ways of what does it mean to live the Arcturian way, what does it mean to you, and especially supporting everyone going into the new era that we're moving into.
Yeah, and we are. It's happening whether you like it or not, right?
Here we are.
Here we are. And what I want to say, when people, is that information on your website of where that's going to be starting February 12th?
It's going to be announced. I'm going to create a section just for the radio show. So we still have the podcast. I'm adding just a new, something else. With the radio show, we'll go more in depth. It will be more, it's going to be absolutely an amazing journey to self-enlightenment.
Will people be able to call in and kind of talk to you on that thing, or how does that work? Will it be live or not?
It's going to be a blend of everything. So the show just started, and on February 12th, it's also the Chinese Lunar New Year starting. So the numerology are very much aligned. So we'll have eventually guests. We'll be able to connect with the audience. So it's going to be amazing.
And I think I love you for what you do. I also, every time somebody like you come in and like you're looking at me and I know she knows what's going on with me, right? But that's what she's here for. And she can help you also get in tune with yourself. Also having this beautiful, it's jewelry, but it's absolutely stunning. The pendants are just incredible. I love them. You got to check them out on her website. It's infinitehealingfromthestars.com. Call in here, get that 20% off at 602-277-5369.